Alright, so you woke up this morning, checked your calendar, and realized there's a big meeting or maybe a wedding or just an occasion where you want to look sharp. Maybe it's a job interview, a graduation, or even just a day when you want to feel a little more put together. Whatever the reason, you know today's the day to step up your style game and make a great impression. But there's one problem. Your tie is sitting on your dresser, looking like a puzzle from a parallel universe. It's just lying there, all twisted and mysterious, and you're wondering if you'll ever figure it out. Maybe you've tried before and ended up with a knot that looked more like a pretzel than a tie. Don't worry, you're definitely not alone. Tying a tie can seem tricky at first, but with a little practice, it becomes second nature. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll show you how to tie a tie like a pro, step by step, nice and easy. Whether you're a complete beginner or just need a quick refresher, this guide will walk you through every move. By the end, you'll be able to tie your tie with confidence, and maybe even help out a friend or family member next time they're in a pinch. First things first, drape the tie around your neck. Stand in front of a mirror so you can see what you're doing. Make sure the backside of the tie is facing your shirt, and both ends are hanging down in front of you. This is your starting position, and getting it right will make the rest of the process much easier. The wide end should be on your dominant side, so if you're right-handed, that's your right side. The narrow end sits on your other side. The wide end is the one you'll be moving the most, while the narrow end mostly stays in place. Take a moment to make sure the tie isn't twisted and both ends are hanging straight. Make sure the wide end hangs about a foot lower than the narrow end. This extra length is important because you'll be wrapping the wide end around to form the knot. If you start with both ends even, you'll run out of tie before you finish. Adjust the length now so you don't have to start over later. Now cross the wide end over the narrow end. Hold the narrow end steady with one hand and use your other hand to bring the wide end across the front. This is the first step in creating the knot, and it sets the foundation for the rest of the process. Make sure the wide end is lying flat and smooth as you cross it over. Got it? Perfect. Now take the wide end and bring it underneath the narrow end, then back over the front so you're making a loop around it. Think of it as wrapping the wide end in a circle around the narrow end, creating the first part of the knot. This motion might feel a little awkward at first, but with practice, it'll become smooth and natural. It's kind of like giving the narrow end a little hug. The wide end wraps around, creating a neat loop that will soon become the base of your knot. If you look closely, you'll see the beginnings of that classic tie shape starting to form. Don't worry if it's not perfect yet, just keep going. Next, take the wide end and bring it up through the neck loop from underneath. This means you'll be pulling the wide end up between your collar and the tie, right in the center. This step is crucial for giving your knot structure and making sure it sits nicely against your shirt. You'll see a space right at your collar. Send the wide end straight up through there. Use your fingers to guide it if you need to, making sure the fabric doesn't bunch up or twist. This is the moment when your tie starts to look like it's actually coming together. Now here comes the magic part. Pull the wide end down through the little loop you just made in the front of the knot. This is what locks everything in place and gives your tie that polished, professional look. Gently pull the wide end all the way through, but don't yank it. Smooth, steady movements work best. This is what creates that classic tie look. Almost done. You'll see the knot taking shape and the wide end should be hanging down in front. If it looks a little messy, don't worry. We'll tidy it up in the next steps. The key is to keep everything flat and even as you go. Hold the narrow end with one hand and slide the knot up towards your collar with the other hand. This tightens the knot and brings it up to your neck, right where it should sit. Use your fingers to gently shape the knot, making sure it's centered and symmetrical. Adjust it until it's snug, but not too tight. You still want to breathe. The knot should feel secure but comfortable. If it feels too loose, slide it up a bit more. If it's too tight, gently loosen it by pulling on the narrow end. Take a moment to smooth out any wrinkles or twists in the tie. Check yourself in the mirror. Make sure the tie is lying flat and the length is right. The tip of your tie should just touch your belt buckle. If it's too short or too long, you might need to start over and adjust the starting position. But don't stress. Practice makes perfect, and soon you'll be able to get it right on the first try. And that's it. You just tied a tie like a pro. Take a moment to admire your handiwork. You're ready to walk out the door looking sharp and feeling confident. Remember, a well-tied tie can make a big difference in how you present yourself, whether it's for a big event or just an ordinary day. Save this video for your next big day, and remember, confidence is always the best accessory. No matter what you're wearing it with confidence is what truly stands out. And if you ever forget the steps, just come back and follow along again. You've got this, and with a little practice, you'll be tying ties in your sleep. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more quick tips. Whether it's mastering the tie, learning to fold a pocket square, or just boosting your everyday style, we're here to help you look and feel your best. Thanks for watching, and remember, every great day starts with a great first impression. You've got this.